I recently read The Almanack of Naval Ravikant by Eric Jorgenson. Whatever podcast Naval Ravikant appears on has a strange habit of being voted one of the best podcasts of the year. When Naval hosted his own 3.5-hour podcast titled How to Get Rich Without Getting Lucky, he racked up more than 10 million views on YouTube. Naval doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. He's the co-founder of AngelList, a multi-billion-dollar platform for startup investing. By any external metric, he has won the game of business. But what is it about his advice that resonates so deeply? More specifically, what must we focus on if we want real wealth? Not just more money, but the freedom to wake up each day and work on what we want, when we want, and with whom we want. Naval has taught me that life-changing wealth is built using 3 pillars. The more we focus on building and refining each pillar, the more likely we are to get wealthy without needing to get lucky. Pillar number 1, specific knowledge stack. Naval says you must escape competition through authenticity. People listen to Naval because he's a unique mix of an Eastern philosopher, Western capitalist, and a first principles thinker. No one can compete with Naval on being Naval. He's truly one of a kind. To become uniquely valuable, you need to grow your specific knowledge stack. Start with natural ability. When Naval was 15, he told a friend he wanted to be an astrophysicist. His mom calmly interrupted and said, "No, I'm pretty sure you're going into business." He resisted for years, but she was ultimately right. She'd observed that every time they walked down the street, Naval would critique the local pizza parlor and question why they were selling slices a certain way or why their ordering process was so inefficient. He didn't study business in school. He simply had a business-curious mind. Think of natural ability like being born with thermal vision. You can walk through a forest and see heat signatures that others are unable to see. Rediscover and leverage your natural ability by answering 2 questions. How do I naturally see the world differently than most people? What am I good at despite zero formal training? Now, add your unique upbringing to the stack. Naval grew up as a poor immigrant in a single-parent household in a rough area in New York. To stay out of trouble, he went to the library every day after school and read every book he could. His unique circumstances cultivated a survivalist work ethic and an obsession with books he has to this day. What hardship from your upbringing now gives you an advantage? Learning to adapt to a difficult upbringing is like growing up in a high-gravity environment. It isn't easy, and it often isn't fun. But when you step into the normal world, you can jump twice as high as everyone else. Ask yourself, what survival skill or drive did I develop in my childhood? What did my parents prioritize and value that serves me well today? Now put on the 3rd layer of your specific knowledge stack, your obsessions. Your obsessions are your ticket to outlasting any competition. I'm talking about the kind of obsession that makes work feel like play. People think Joe Rogan works hard to build his podcast and has incredible discipline. In reality, he's just obsessed with having conversations with interesting people. For years, he did it for free, and he'd probably still do it for free if he had to. His relentless curiosity has made him the most successful media figure on earth because his work continues to feel like play. Ask yourself, what topic am I obsessed with and could talk about for 30 minutes with zero preparation? What could I do for hours without feeling drained? So far, your specific knowledge stack of natural abilities, unique upbringing, and obsessions makes you special. But to truly offer one-of-a-kind value, you must grow your stack through self-learning. Whatever you learn in a classroom can be replicated and copied. Your advantage only grows through experimenting and self-learning. Not just any type of self-learning, but learning the skills of building and selling. Naval says, learn to sell, learn to build. If you can do both, you will be unstoppable. Learn to build by trying to create things you need and would use. Learn to sell by taking on customer-facing roles at work or trying to get people to buy what you build. You don't have to sell in person. You can sell through writing emails or designing social media posts. Selling is simply understanding what people struggle with and what motivates them, then framing what you offer in a way that aligns with their motives. At the end of each month, ask, am I a better builder than I was last month? Am I a better seller than I was last month? If not, take action. Promise an app, a template, an article, or a video in the next 30 days. Or get better at pitching ideas and products by refining how you explain them. Keep building and selling in a way that's authentically you and your specific knowledge stack. Pillar number 2. Increase accountability. The more risk you're willing to absorb when things go wrong, the more reward you capture when things go right. Think of increasing your accountability like shifting from a laborer on a construction site to the general contractor. A laborer gets paid for their hours and doesn't lose any money if the project goes sideways. But the contractor takes responsibility for the entire project. If the project goes over budget, they don't get paid. However, if the project goes well, they capture huge profits. What's more, that contractor gets recognized for their good work and is awarded bigger jobs, which leads to bigger profits, while the laborer makes the same hourly rate. The question you need to ask yourself is, where can I intelligently take on more responsibility and put my name on the line in exchange for greater upside? Pillar 3. Increase leverage. Very few people have generated wealth without leverage. Leverage allows you to get more money for the same effort. The guy running a pizza store and Elon Musk probably worked the same number of hours, but Musk has learned to use 100x more leverage to generate 1,000,000x more dollars. Think of leverage as taking what only you can do with your specific knowledge stack and scaling it. There are 3 main forms of leverage: labor, people working for you; capital, money working for you; and code or media. Labor is the most common form of leverage and the most overrated. Naval says, labor leverage will impress your parents, but don't waste your life chasing it. Capital leverage is often the quickest way to make money, but it's the hardest to obtain. You need a remarkable reputation and a proven system for generating returns before people will give you money to multiply. But code and media are different. No one is stopping you from writing an application or distributing your message to billions. Code allows you to build something once and replicate it endlessly. Media lets you distribute that value to millions at near zero cost. If Joe Rogan records a podcast, it costs him the same effort to reach one person as it does 100 million. He has cloned himself millions of times over. Think of code and media like a limitless army of ghost robots that multiply at marginal cost, work 24/7, never sleep, and never complain. In the end, Naval uses 2 words to summarize his long-term wealth strategy: productize yourself. Let's take that in reverse order. Yourself, as in, keep developing your specific knowledge stack until you discover something only you can provide that people will pay for. Then turn your specific knowledge into a product that scales. Proudly put your name on your product and be fully accountable for it. This ensures you work hard to deliver a quality product and reap the enormous upside of developing a great reputation. Once you have a product people value, use leverage to scale it. Always be asking, how can I use labor, capital, media, code, or any new technology to scale my authentic value? That was the core message that I gathered from the Almanack of Naval Ravikant by Eric Jorgenson. This book is packed with an incredible amount of wisdom on wealth and happiness. It's a must-read, and I recommend it to everyone I know. If you would like a 1-page PDF summary of the insights I gathered from this book, just click the link in the description below, and I'll email it to you. If you're already signed up for the free Productivity Game newsletter, this PDF is in your inbox.